How sometimes we give our viewers warning about distressing images in reports.
Indeed.
I think we should bill this next guest as a killjoy alert, because Easter is just 2 days away, and in fact 4 days away. And for children, the big kids among us, that means a visit from the Easter Bunny and eating your weight in chocolate.
It's a rite of passage. And we all know it's not particularly good for your health, but you know, I mean, you can usually justify it away, but you might be staggered to learn just how much sugar is even in a small chocolate egg.
Tiny one.
To ruin our morning, we're joined now by performance coach and ferociously fit young man, Andrew May. Andrew, good morning.
I've never had an introduction from you two as a killjoy and to ruin our morning. So
And ferociously fit.
And young.
I like the ferociously fit. Two things to start. I bring you gifts.
Oh,
Happy
gee,
Oh, you
Easter.
think you're going to
Andrew.
soften us up that way, do you?
No, but I bring you gifts, and the second thing is I bring you knowledge on how much sugar
So
is in
the
the
gift,
average chocolate.
but don't eat it. Comes
No,
with the
Okay,
knowledge.
this is the carrot.
Yeah, the
now
carrot.
haul out the stick.
Well, let's look at what the average person eats over Easter.
Yep.
So probably one of these chocolate bunnies.
Yep.
We've got our hot cross buns here, Virginia, fresh from the bakery.
Nasty bread rolls, really, but anyway.
Are out this morning. Just go
Yes.
with the props.
More good stuff.
And some more of those
Oh, thank
eggs,
you.
so about 12 of the small eggs. Mike, you want to crack those?
At least.
How much sugar
We'll
do
be
you
eating
reckon
at
is in
least a
that? So a 200-gram chocolate, those little 6-gram mini eggs.
Well, let's stay with that. I mean, in that, I reckon, I don't know, maybe there's a cup of sugar?
About 20 teaspoons of sugar.
20
20
teaspoons.
20
That's
teaspoons of sugar.
probably less. That's less than a cup,
Yeah.
actually. Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
yep.
And about
those little ones, crack those. They're good. Once you start those, you can't stop. So we'll do an experiment on Michael.
So here we go. We can just go through the list there.
The 6-gram mini egg is 1
Yep.
teaspoon. The typical cream eggs is about 5 teaspoons of sugar. 27 or up to 20 to 27 in one of those chocolate bunnies. And if you go one of the big Belgian chocolate
Yep.
type packs, 70 teaspoons of sugar. So
If you eat the whole thing.
If you eat the whole thing. So I've put there as well. This is the fun stuff, Virginia and Mike.
Okay, so I've got this small egg here.
That's only 3 minutes
3 minutes
running.
Of jumping
So
up and
if
down
I
on the
if I
spot.
eat this,
Yep.
I get 1 teaspoon of sugar,
Yep.
and I'll need 15 minutes of
No,
activity.
you need 3 minutes of light running to burn that little fella off.
I
That's
don't
all.
care.
So we'll watch him jump up and down on the spot for 3 minutes in order to
crazy,
burn
isn't
that
it?
off.
Yeah.
We've also got an astonishing little image we can share with everyone this morning. What is this great pile of
is
stuff you've
the
got next to us here on the couch?
confusion, yeah.
What is that?
That's the confusion I created at the supermarket in South Bank last night. That is 50 kilograms of sugar.
Right.
That's how much sugar the average Australian consumes per year.
Wow.
So the average Australian now is about 40 to 45 teaspoons of sugar a day,
Yep.
up to 50 kilos a
And we
year.
can see how that compares with other countries there.
Yeah, and the gold medal goes to Australia.
Now, let's just dig into this a little bit. I assume that in order to get to that, what looks like a vast quantity to me, you have to be eating a reasonable amount of processed food.
Yeah.
If you're just eating basic ingredients and fresh food, you wouldn't be consuming that much sugar. You'd have to add it.
Yeah,
So
true.
is that largely from processed?
Largely from processed, and a lot of it is the so-called health foods. So when we have
snack bars and the like.
low-fat yogurts, the energy bars, we
Yep.
don't need the energy bars. The average fruit juice has about 10 to 12 teaspoons of sugar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Soft drink has 12 to 14
a lot.
teaspoons.
Yeah.
So if you go, like we did as kids, you know, steak and 3 veg and a little bit of water, a bit of milk, alcohol in moderation for adults, that's the basics of a diet. That's low in sugar, but it's quite scary, the graphic.
And if you did that and just added the odd teaspoon of sugar to your tea, what sort of pile of sugar would we have in comparison to that?
You'd at least halve it.
Right.
Yeah. Now, Japan's 20 kilos, so they eat a lot more of the raw processed or
Yes.
sort of raw unprocessed foods.
They also eat a lot of processed foods. They're a lot of snack
They're
food.
starting to eat the Western diet, so they're catching up.
No,
and
the
they're catching
Japanese
up.
snack food, which is salty and sugary. And,
They're catching. They're more salt, but not as much sugar. Interesting, but they're catching up with our Western diseases.
Right.
Very impressed with this haul. Can we show our viewers the picture of Andrew May actually purchasing this load at a nearby supermarket last night? I'm surprised that a semi-trailer wasn't ordered to
No.
bring in that sugar.
You know the real point of that photo,
to
Michael?
show off his guns,
Exactly.
yes, I know that.
To
We know
show
they're
that he
very
can
nice
actually
guns.
hoist 50 kilos, blah, 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 blah.
I'm giving you more gifts. Thank you. But
That never shuts me up.
It was funny last night when I did that. I went into the supermarket and the guy behind the counter said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I need 50 kilos of sugar." Why? I told him. We had a whole congregation of people going, "What is this?" And we're having this conversation last night at nearly 9 p.m. on how much sugar the average Australian has.
It's good. You're triggering
One lady
conversations
put
there
a
too.
chocolate eggs back. She went, I'm only going to have half.
That's really
well done.
I've killed Easter.
You've got some guidelines which we can show our viewers as well now as
Yeah,
to how
yeah.
to handle this Easter fest in the next few days.
I'm looking at my friend here thinking like, oh, Easter. So we want people to have a fun Easter, but yeah, some
Oh,
guidelines.
you do you?
Go quality. We do. We want quality over quantity. So
Yeah.
go the nice, the Belgian type chocolate rather than the all-you-can-eat smash fest for $1.
Yes,
Choose,
spend all your money. That's right.
choose cacao over cocoa. So the darker chocolate,
Yes.
70% plus.
The lip puckering 80% ones.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think 80, 85 is. I
Very
find it a
much
bit
fun.
chewy. In moderation. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Everything in moderation.
Cut back in other areas. So over Easter, eat your chocolate eggs. Imagine saying to your kids, okay, this year, Mummy and Daddy love you so much. We're going to buy you carrot sticks and celery sticks and some hummus.
There'd be mutiny.
We're leaving that out for the Easter
There'd
Bunny.
be uproar.
But over Easter, try and cut back on, the sauces, the sugary sauces. We shouldn't have soft drink. Cut it out. Go
Yeah, yeah,
sparkling
yeah.
water. And try and just cut back in other areas. And rev the engine. So if you have one of those big Belgian packs, if you saw the graphics before,
Yeah.
you have to exercise for 4 to 5 hours. So over the Easter break, and that's a marathon. Try and do a little bit of extra activity and with family and friends, which is what Easter's about. For a lot of us, catch up with family and friends, drag some people out and do
Yep.
a bit more exercise.
All right, so now I get to do the fun thing that I always enjoy of an Easter. I don't think the children should watch this though. You get to crack their head off the bunny.
Can I have some?
I am every bit as bad as you imagine.
So how many Easter eggs? No, I've had my fill. How
Oh,
many Easter
Michael.
eggs have you will you consume over?
I'll give it a nudge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be disappointed if you didn't. All
Are you
right.
going to try to resell the sugar on the secondary
well, I was talking
sugary
to-
black market a bit
I
later
was
on?
talking to your producer Stuart last night and we couldn't find any sugar in the ABC kitchen. So that's my
Aren't we
gift
good?
to you for the next year. There's sugar-free
Thank you
tea.
for nothing, I guess I'll say.
Final thing,
Yes.
just so you don't finish with Killjoy and finish with ruining Easter, there's 52 weeks in the year, this is 1 week, so blow it a little bit.
It's an enjoyable week.
Just be mindful, a little bit more movement.
Yeah, good stuff.
And don't forget the fish on Friday. That at least will counteract all the sugar. It's a nice reminder and a good corrective, and you don't have to eat the whole damn bunny, do you?
No.
Yeah.
Always nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew.
Happy Easter.
You off to do
And
your
to you, thank
3-hour
you.
workout now, Andrew?
I've got to burn this off.
I've got
Virginia's feeding me.
chocolate everywhere.